So one thing that we've seen especially with botanicals, we really see that efficacy goes with length and time and dose. So can we kind of like take our study eyes off for a second and our clinical eyes? And do you feel like longer term, this is going to have more efficacy?
I mean, so far, a lot of studies do 4 to 8 weeks, which may not be enough in this case at 4. We did get
More
improvement.
12. Yeah.
We did get the most improvement in the
Right.
first 4,
Okay.
but then it continued until 12. And like we saw with the ashwagandha sleep study,
Hmm.
there was improvement before, but it maximized around 8 weeks. And some of those had gone longer. So I think it's just we need the research, right?
Yeah.
It's not always clear what that timeline is. Obviously, the patient population matters, like mental health is tricky. And yeah, I think in general, we definitely see those longer term patterns, but also a lot of the studies are 4 to 12 weeks max. Almost every early study on botanicals is up to 12 weeks, and then it usually jumps to a year. And we start getting that long term data, but a few months is kind of that like early stage data.
So maybe like the next study will be that year mark and we can really see.
Yeah, because they were saying most of the saffron trials to date have been 4 to 8. And now we've got 12, which there was continued improvement. And then if we could get to a year,
Yeah.
that would be fantastic. I know with ashwagandha, the most of the evidence is still a few months, and there's maybe 100 clinical studies on ashwagandha. Maybe not quite that many, but there's a lot. And they finally are doing, a year-long study. I think it's in the works right now or recently got completed. So yeah.
It's
Takes a while.
interesting we're seeing this pattern, right? Like we're looking at things that are maybe not necessarily new in terms of like the world of traditional medicine, but like new in terms of research, right? So I feel like what we're finding consistently across all of the different like treatment modalities that we're looking at, we're seeing these like early studies. And we haven't really got like the full data picture yet because we're on like the front edge of seeing these studies. Even if they're a few years old, there hasn't been enough funding, there hasn't been enough interest, there hasn't been enough backing to like get those like longer, more detailed studies. I think it's an interesting trend that we're seeing overall.